Today's lesson is on solving multi-step inequalities. First, we're going to look at solving two-step inequalities. So we're going to solve the inequality and then graph the solution. So for number 1, we have 4b minus 1 is less than 7. So first we're going to add 1 to both sides. So now we have 4b is less than 7 plus 1, which is 8. Now we need to divide both sides by 4. So we have that b is less than 2. Now we'll go ahead and write our numbers on the number line. So we'll have 2, and then to the right we have 3 and 4, and then to the left of 2 we have 1 and 0. Our symbol is less than, which means that we'll have an open circle at 2. And the numbers that are less than 2 are the numbers to the left, so we will shade to the left. Now for number 2, we have 8 plus 9c is greater than or equal to negative 28. First, we're going to subtract 8 on each side. On the left-hand side, we have 9c, and then we have is greater than or equal to, and negative 28 minus 8 would be negative 28 plus negative 8, which would be negative 36. Now we'll divide both sides by 9. So on the left-hand side we have c, then we have is greater than or equal to, and negative 36 divided by 9 is negative 4. Now we'll fill out our number line. So we have negative 4 in the number line, and then to the right we have negative 3 and negative 2. And then to the left we'll have negative 5 and negative 6. Our inequality symbol is greater than or equal to, so at negative 4 we have a closed circle. And the numbers that are greater than or equal to negative 4 would be the numbers to the right. So we will shade to the right. Now for number 3, we have n divided by negative 2 plus 11 is greater than 12. So first we're going to subtract 11 on both sides. On the left-hand side, we now have n divided by negative 2, and then we have is greater than 12 minus 11, which is 1. Since we're dividing by negative 2, we will multiply by negative 2 to solve. Now on the left-hand side, we have n, and since we multiplied both sides by negative 2, so we multiplied by a negative number, we need to reverse the inequality symbol. So instead of greater than, we'll have less than, and then 1 times negative 2 is negative 2. So we have that n is less than negative 2. Now we'll go ahead and work on our number line. So we have negative 2, and then to the right we have negative 1 and 0, and to the left we have negative 3 and negative 4. So at negative 2 we will have an open circle because our symbol is less than. And the numbers that are less than negative 2 would be the numbers to the left. So we'll shade to the left. Now we're going to look at solving multi-step inequalities. So we'll solve the inequality and then graph the solution. So for number 4, we have 2 times the quantity k minus 5 is less than 6. Our first step is to use the distributive property. So 2 times k is 2k. Then we have minus 2 times 5, which is 10. So 2k minus 10 is less than 6. Now we'll go ahead and add 10 to both sides. On the left-hand side, we have 2k, and we have that as less than 6 plus 10, which is 16. We're multiplying 2 times k, so we'll divide by 2 to solve. we divide 2 on both sides. So left-hand side we have k, then we have is less than 16 divided by 2, which is 8. Now we'll go ahead and graph this on the number line. So we'll have 8 on our number line, and then to the right we have 9 and 10, and to the left 7 and then 6. At 8 we will have an open circle because our symbol is less than, and the numbers less than 8 would be the numbers to the left. So we'll shade to the left. Now let's look at number 5. We have -4 times the quantity n minus 10 is less than 32. Once again, we'll use the distributive property. So -4 times n is -4n. And then we have minus -4 times 10, which is -40. And that is less than 32. If we're subtracting a negative, same thing as adding a positive, so plus a positive. So we have -4n plus 40 is less than 32. Now we can go ahead and subtract 40 on both sides. So we'll have -4n is less than 32 minus 40 is -8. Next, since we're multiplying -4 times n, we'll divide by -4 on both sides. Left-hand side we have n, and since we divided by a negative number, we're going to go ahead and switch our inequality. So instead of less than, we have greater than, and then -8 divided by -4 is 2. Now let's look at our number line. So we'll go ahead and plot 2 on the number line, and to the right we have 3 and then 4, and to the left we have 1 and 0. At 2 we will have an open circle because we have the symbol greater than, and the numbers greater than 2 would be the numbers to the right. So we'll shade to the right. Now let's look at number 6. We have -3 is less than or equal to 5/10 times the quantity 8 plus y. So we'll have -3 is less than or equal to, and we use the distributive property, so we have 5/10 times 8, and that would be 4, and then plus 5/10 times y, which would be 5/10 y. Now we'll go ahead and subtract 4 on both sides. And -3 minus 4 would be -3 plus -4, which is -7. And that is less than or equal to 5/10 y. Next, we're going to go ahead and divide both sides by 5/10. And -7 divided by 5/10 is going to be -14. So we have -14 is less than or equal to y. And we want to rewrite this so we have our variable first. So we have y is greater than or equal to -14. Remember when we reverse the inequality, so we put our variable first and then our number second, we need to switch the sign. So instead of having, we have -14 as less than or equal to y, is the same thing as y is greater than or equal to -14. Now let's go ahead and look at our number line. We'll have -14, and then to the right we have -13 and -12, and to the left we'd have -15 and -16. At -14 we'll have a closed circle because we have greater than or equal to, and the numbers greater than or equal to -14 would be the numbers to the right. So we'll shade to the right.